welcome back to another Facebook and YouTube brewing segment with me, Wesley La Bonte. And today is a little bit different. It's not really a brew segment. It's also not really a cooking segment. It's more of a explaining segment. As you guys know, or maybe didn't know, I brewed another beer after the last one didn't turn out too well. Wasn't really high alcohol. A lot of my equipment wasn't working when I was using it. And it just overall wasn't a good one. So I decided to boost my confidence up with something a little bit simpler before in the winter I'm gonna brew something a little bit bigger, not in size but in alcohol. But you guys will see that one in a couple months. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So I brewed a American Hoppy Ale. It is basically a cross between a Belgian IPA and a American Pale Ale. And the reason I say, avid beer brewers will know that the reason I say Belgian IPA is because Belgian IPAs are usually very hoppy, very fruity, and very citrusy. Guess what this thing is? I did some math. It's about 55 to 58 IBUs, 4.5% alcohol by volume. I was aiming for 5.5, but by the time it finished fermentation, I took a couple readings. It just wasn't going any lower. So I decided to just bottle it up and see how things go. I did a 5.5 gallon batch, and it looks like the yeast ate probably about, or took a little bit, about half a gallon. So I got 48 bottles out of it. I was supposed to get 55, so that's pretty good. And after this, I'm going to be labeling these, first ever. So yeah, it's an American Hoppy Ale, 4.5% alcohol, and 55 to 58 IBUs. Now, yes, if you happen to sell beer, you will know that if a beer is over 50% or over 50 IBUs, it legally has to be classified as an IPA, not an American Hoppy Ale. American Hoppy Ale is a very specific style. It's too hoppy to be a pale ale, but it's also too not hoppy enough to be an IPA. So that's why I'm kind of saying this is a mix between a Belgian IPA and an American pale ale. So, but the main difference between this and a Belgian IPA is Belgian IPAs are usually darker, usually maybe a little bit a higher percent alcohol, and you usually give it a little bit more sugar. Most people, they make like a sugar syrup for the wort, and then they put it in right before they ferment, but we didn't do that here. So I used the same exact yeast as the first batch. I did USO5. And for hops, I used mainly Cascade, which is a very citrusy, piney, fruity type of hop, and I used a lot of it. So you guys already know the mashing, the boiling, so I'm not going to go too much in depth to it. The grains I used about 10 pounds of Maris Otter, which was also another one that I used in the first one. The first one, eagle-eyed viewers will know that. And the second one I used is Vienna malt. Vienna malt kind of has like a bready character to it, and it's from Vienna, Austria. At least the authentic stuff is. And so for hops additions, I did at 60 minutes, I did 1 ounce of Cascade. Then at 20 minutes, I added another ounce of Cascade. At 15 minutes, I added another ounce of Cascade, and then at 10 minutes, I added another ounce of Cascade, and then finally at 0 minutes, when I turned off the heat, I added 2 ounces more of Cascade, and then about a week and 2 days into fermentation, after primary fermentation has stopped, I dry hopped, which it sounds a lot cooler than it actually is, and literally just means you put hops into a bag, open the lid, put it in, close the lid, done. So I did that, and I dry hopped with another 2 ounces of Cascade. So it's a very, very hoppy beer, and I tried to work fast so that it wouldn't oxidize, because brewers who make New England IPAs will know how bad oxidation is, right? Right? So yeah, we're gonna let this carbonate for about 2 weeks. That's normal for ale type beers and for carbonation in general. If you have a keg, obviously you can force carbonate. That can take just a couple of hours, maybe a couple of days. But yeah, and then we'll finally crack it open. Now, there's a couple traditional glasses for this. You can use the most obvious just being a pint glass. You can do that for a lot of ales and get away with it. However, what I'm going to use in about 2 weeks from now is a Pilsner glass. I heard a lot of people like using these. Usually pale ale glasses are a little bit wider than this, but they're the same basic shape. So yeah, and I just like how it looks. So in about 2 weeks, you guys are gonna see me pouring this into this, but we'll save that for another segment. In the meantime, I hope you liked this segment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!